This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Let's try some of the new content, gentle viewers.
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Bucket time.
meeting room. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms,
Woohoo!
and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
What happens
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
if we take the bucket to the ending of the game? Oh. This is new. Trust the completionist instinct. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. Weird spinning figurines. Stanlerines. Training exercise. Why floating? Magic? Dreams. Magnets. Biglies. No, Stanlerines. Thank you, good luck. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the frick up. Source levitation. How can we find them? Bottom text. This is one of my slideshows from high school. What we know, small floating objects that have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There will be no memo from management. Agenda, how can you tell you spotted one? Oh, there's one in the bathroom in the office. What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Piglies are hard to find. Follow clues provided by employee 416. Red room. Are we gonna go to Twin Peaks? To do all kinds of stuff. Okay, I don't have a flashlight. Where are they? Please do not leave the office before reporting back on any new findings. So I found a few of them. There will be a reward for finding them all. I don't think so. Stop kidding yourselves. Lies. So who are you? BBB lol. There will be cleaning of this wall required. I want them so much. I want to go home. Mission status. Inside a sequel exhibit. Yep, remember that. A large room. Lots of boxes. Yep, that was easy. Some were both red and blue. Yeah, where the doors were. The red and blue doors. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Okay, I think I know where this is. Nearby a fireplace. A private but smelly place for an important person. That's the office. There must be a point to this. Okay. I think I know where all of these places are.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
What?
The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Oh.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. This is how low the broom closet has sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket. Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends.
Why can't I hear the broom
that your
closet?
relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
I think these comments were coming from you.
Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years.
I did call the bucket my lover once.
Let him have it.
I want to leave the bucket. I feel like the broom closet deserves the bucket. This is a good broom closet. It has a lot of tools.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
Oh.
Here we go.
Property of
There.
Stanley.
Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
I want to leave the bucket. It's not my property.
All right,
I'm
I've got
just
a second
borrowing
sticker
it.
back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
I see.
That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
More
You
stickers?
know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Huh. I can actually hear him walk away. Let me leave the bucket. Okay, I give up. I got 2 stickers. I'm pretty happy with that. We are going to go up.
Staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
And then to the bathroom. Here's going to be a collectible.
I'm
Yeah!
going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between
Stanlerines
and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Terrific. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse. So, last time I was here, I went in this elevator and it got bugged out and stopped working, and I had to restart the game manually. I do not understand what the purpose of this elevator is. Yeah, I don't get it. We locked out? Yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Oops. It's interesting, the pointer that appears to indicate that
Stanley
I can
just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
interact
Trying
with
to input
something.
anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Is triggered by me, not by looking at close to the thing like in most games, but the proximity of me to the thing.
2845.
Look at that. I'm not looking at the keypad, but it still triggers the pointer, because it's just based on how close I am to it. Yes, yes.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
No, oh, this is the dark place.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlerines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
I'm so excited.
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anlerines. None of us can.
I think I can consider this game finished when I collect all of them. But feel free to let me know about some paths, or give me hints about paths that I might have missed, both in the base game and the second game.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I want to escape with the bucket. That's my goal. I want to play out the narrative of the narrator's story.
An enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I love that the entire dialogue is rewritten, or like a huge part of it. It's so funny. And a lot of effort.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Where's 617?
I'd never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
No, 417. Which employee was it that was supposed to help us find the bucket? No, find the figurines? Stanlerines? I don't remember.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
So off?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
Yes!
Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
Oh, interesting.
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together.
Oh, that's
with
beautiful.
One another to lean on, to trust, to support.
No.
What? Wait.
This
What
didn't
was
happen
happening?
last time.
Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No!
Even the facility itself
No!
recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
No.
Came to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Tragic. Tragic. All right, gentle viewers, let's find the last
How
collectible.
wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
This is new dialogue. It's so funny. Figurine Finders Committee meeting today in the meeting room. I missed that earlier.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
And it still has the stickers. Love it.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
All right, let's check our list. Stairs, something to do with stairs. I think I know where this is. I hope. We don't have to go back to the... Oh, maybe if we get more stickers.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
Damn it.
If I did,
You read
can
my mind.
guarantee we'd be in here for hours.
Yeah, we would
But
be.
alas, no stickers.
God damn, I could always use more stickers. I should show you all a picture of the stickers on my computer. There's so many. All right, down the
Coming to a
stairs.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yes, I knew it.
And there it is.
Yes, the last one.
Stiggly Wiggly.
Stiggly Wiggly.
Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
What I was doing before I hunted the figurines? I was playing Blueprints. Puppers. These little puppers. Hi.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket.
This is, I think,
The
my
bucket
favorite
returned his
ending.
gaze, but said nothing at all.
I'm excited to see how it is with the
That's
bucket.
strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was,
Where's my
of course,
bucket?
very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard.
No,
calling
bucket.
to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket. Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Oh,
None
my
of
God.
them were his. None of them were his.
They don't have the
special
sticker.
bucket.
This is weird.
Stanley,
Is this 2 buckets?
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way
No.
to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He
No,
knew
I didn't.
where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
Where?
The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Oh my god.
It was incredibly painful.
What's happening?
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
That was terrifying.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
Oh, she has her bucket.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course, he'd
I
gone
am the
there,
bucket.
ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Well, gentle viewers, isn't that the perfect ending? We got all the collectibles. Please let me know if there are more paths that I've missed. Obviously there are, but at this point I feel like I've covered the ones that come to mind, and now I would just be hunting for a long time for more. They're a very fun game, but I've been playing it for quite a while, and I'm ready to try other games. But if you let me know what paths I missed or give me hints of them, I will certainly test them out and make some more episodes of them. So thank you all so much for watching this series, and I hope to see you in some other videos. There are more other fun playthroughs on my channel. Go check them out. Like and subscribe if you are a kind person. See, I'm just guilt tripping you at this point. Thank you all so much for watching again, and see you later. Bye bye.